Hey guys, this is Paulina, and in this grammar video we are going to learn about modal verbs of ability, possibility and obligation. Modal verbs all have a function. They tell us how the speaker feels. We will have a look at modal verbs of ability and possibility, modal verbs of obligation and no obligation, and how to use modal verbs in a sentence. So, when do we use modal verbs? Have a look at this conversation. Look at the conversation and use the modal verbs in bold to help complete this table. When we talk about ability and possibility in the present and past, we use can or can't and could, couldn't. When we talk about obligation in the present and past, we use have to and had to. And when there is no obligation in the present or there was no obligation in the past, we use don't, doesn't have to and didn't have to. Look, ability and possibility in the present and past. You can stop at any time. I couldn't go on the bike. Obligation in the present and past. I have to work. I had to rest. And no obligation in the present and past. You don't have to ride the whole distance. You didn't have to bring anything. We use doesn't have to with the third person singular, he, she or it. For example, he doesn't have to come. We use have to and had to talk about general rules or things that are necessary. For example, you have to do your homework, or you have to watch a grammar video before the lesson. How do we make sentences with can or could? Look at this dialogue. Look at the examples again. After can, could, do we use a verb infinitive or a verb plus ing? We use a verb infinitive. Does the verb infinitive use to? No, it's a bare infinitive. I can swim is correct. I can't swim is incorrect. How do we make can or could negative? Yes, we add not. We say cannot or can't and could not, couldn't. And finally, which question is correct? A or B? I'm sure you know it's B. We invert, this means change places, the subject you and can't to make a question. So, in a positive sentence we use the subject, can or could, with verb infinitive. In a negative sentence we use the subject, can't or couldn't, with the verb infinitive. And in questions, can runs to the beginning. If we need to, we can use a question word. So we start with a question word or not, then can, could, subject and verb infinitive. Verb infinitive is what you find in a dictionary, but remember, it is without to. We use the same structure with all the subjects: I, you, he, she, it, we, they. There are no S's here, alright? And we don't stress the word can in the positive and question forms. Listen to how your teacher says it. You can stop. You can stop. I don't say you can stop. I say you can stop. Short answers are always yes I can, yes you can, yes she can, etc. Or no I couldn't, no he couldn't, or no she can't. Alright? What about have to? I had to rest. You don't have to ride the whole distance. Look at the examples again. After have to, had to. Do we use a verb infinitive or a verb with an ing ending? We use a verb infinitive. In the negative form, which auxiliary verb is added? Do not, don't, does not, doesn't, and did not, didn't. In the negative past, do we use do not, does not, or did not? Did not. And when do we use not? When do we use does not, doesn't? When we use the third person singular, so he, she, or it in the present. Here is a table which shows you all these examples and formulas. Now remember, this is in the infinitive. It doesn't change. This, whoa, I say this is the infinitive, the verb infinitive. Yes, we don't change go after to. And careful with the changes in the third person. He, she, it in the present. So, let's practice. In this activity, you need to choose the correct answers from the words in brackets. Let's do the first one together. I, banana, speak any other languages, but my sister, banana, speak a lot of French at work. She works with French companies a lot. So, I can't speak any other languages, but my sister has to speak a lot of French at work. She works with French companies a lot. If you would like to think about this exercise, pause the video now, because we are going to check the rest of the answers now. In number 2, where can I catch the bus from? I have to get to the town center. Can Emily come on Saturday? She doesn't have to bring any food because I bought all the food yesterday. Jenny didn't have to go to work yesterday because the office was closed. And do you have to wear a school uniform, or can you wear normal clothes? And finally, my dad had to travel to Brazil last week for work. Alright, that's everything for today. If you have any questions, remember you can ask me in class. Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye!